Hello everyone and welcome back to another live stream here on twitch.tv/Asuma, and in chat we have some bananas from I Love Cats and also a whole bunch of other people as well. Joel Kip, Morgan Corn, Alien Explorer, Sir Loafington, Dear Shemi, The Flow, NL, Panics ACV, The Real Boy 1302, 2002 Darkfire, Unwoven Rainbow, Hello It's Julia, Jay's on Fire, and Strativive Troller 7. Thank you for all the bananas. And there's Ollie95XZ as always as well. Thank you for the bananas, peeps. Appreciate it. Appreciate you all very much for coming along and letting me know that we're live and hanging out here to do a live stream. Bam, and we got to resurvive. But vaguely aware that word was not going the way I planned it, but a resurvive. We got to resurvive. Someone has survived again. It's Panics ACV resurviving for 13 months in a row. Thank you for resurviving, buddy. I'm glad you survived the last stream and made it to this one as well. Jeez, what's going on? So, still tons of bananas in chat. Kuplex says, "Hey X, what's the plan for today's stream?" Good question. The plan is this little bit right here needs to be a thing. A thing, right? So let's get right into it. Yeah, we're just sorting out the entrance to the area down below. That's literally what we're doing today. I don't have a Tinker's shovel. I've got a Tinker's excavator. We'll excavate that stuff away. We don't want any of that there. Pizza Manias has resurvived for 7 months in a row. Congratulations on staying alive. And thanks for saying subscribe to the channel as well. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Don't have a banana on me, says the Paritzi. That's quite alright. Just any fruit or veg in chat is fine. Make it an elevator, says Daryl2608. Yes, this is one of the things that I wanted to discuss. I was going to use a magic beanstalk, and I think I still will, just for fun. But things have changed a little bit since I decided to do that. Because, well, let me show you. This is now on all 4 sides, right? So yeah, it's like, well, actually it would work, because it would be in the middle. Let's see what we can come up with here. The priority says, like, Ishgal. Ishgal 85. Oh, we got another now I can't even say resurvive. Jeez, what's going on? It's a Felian for 19 months in a row, and he says, Dame, yeah, 19 months is a crazy long time, buddy. Thanks for sticking around this long. Jeez, we're approaching some 2-year subs. Man, that'll be a crazy day. Also, Ayakal, oh, I probably butchered that, as resubscribed 7 months in a row, saying, thanks for the Hermitcraft community for such a great mod pack. I prefer mod packs, but I've been challenging myself to make beautiful builds since it's the Hermit pack. That is awesome, and that is the way to play. Build beautiful things, you know. I Love Cats says X is tired. I'm sort of morning tired, where you're sort of charging up. Do you know what I mean? I'm also sitting down today. I found streaming standing up first thing in the morning isn't always the best. So now what I'm going to do is, if it's a morning stream, I think, and my back isn't feeling great, because I have back problems, by the way. So if I'm not feeling great, then I'll probably sit down. But at the end of the day, after you've been sitting most of the day, standing up for a little bit is great. So we're going to need some building blocks around there. We need a magic beam as well. Joel Kip is here with a donation, saying slightly different amount today. Your stream notification was the 666 mail in my inbox, and I'm going to see Amon Amarth tonight. Awesome, buddy. I hope that goes well. They're a great band live. Thank you as always for the donation. Myself, I am venturing into London to see Death Grips tonight. I am so damn excited to see them. Don't know if you know who they are, but they haven't really toured around the UK a lot. In fact, when they last did, they sort of no-showed a lot of shows, so it's exciting times. I do not see the blocks that I'm looking for. Let's just grab these and chisel them. Mr. Creator 724 says, so you don't have a chair, lol. No, I'm sitting on my chair right now, but when I stream, I stand up because I have a standing desk. I can sit or I can stand at it. Right, I can change the desk, and then I can make it higher up or lower down. Hardened stone. This stuff goes in that area. Maybe a little bit of gravel. And then the other one would be regular stone. Probably going to need a fair bit of that. We should also grab our digging backpack. That'll just put the things, basic things that we pick up in there. Right, so, oh, and dirt, which I just threw away. We need dirt for the floor. In fact, I know where these items are. If I go into that bag of holding, yes, the 3 different types of dirt that I've been using are right here. Excellent. Put ring in bubbles, says Jen Spen. This ring doesn't go into that. Unless it goes there. Well, nah, look, it doesn't go in any of the slots. Oh, it does! Huh. Oh, offhands, that's why. It goes in the offhands. That's where we want our food. That confused me. I thought I tried that the other day. Papillonite says, Assumer don't have an age because he's an AI. Cheers. That joke's still going around. It's still living strong, I see. Right, this is going to go back a little bit. I think in order for this to look good, the floor shape needs to come out like that. 3 blocks on each side. And then we need some spruce pillars around it. Is that slightly different there? Oh, it's 4. Okay, okay. Let's actually make that bit of the front stone. Right, so there we go. By the way, today we are listening to Lord Leviticus. Breakfast 24 says, Assumer make better armor. That's sort of my plan. That's sort of what I'm like trying to do at the moment, is make better armor. But you've got to make other things to make better armor in a mod pack. So we're slowly progressing our way towards it. And we're just shuffling these about so there's a bit of variety, you know? There we go, that'll be how it looks. I don't think we're going to get away with this bit here, that just don't look right. Ollie08 Smith says your sensitivity is so high. It might be, I like to move the mouse quickly from side to side, that's for sure. Well spotted though, it's not something people usually pick up on, but yeah, I do have it quite high. We got a resurvive for 4 months in a row from Legions of Legiua saying, keep up all of the streams and videos and continue to be great. I will do my best, my friend. I do love doing this. And I'll continue to make videos of the streams. No problem at all. That's a deal, mate. Let's shake on it. Thank you for the support, buddy. Appreciate it. Code Train says, hey X, what brand of desk? I am looking for an adjustable desk. It was just something that I brought off of Amazon. I don't know the name or the make. In fact, it doesn't even have the name or make written on it. If you really wanted to know, tweet me, and then when I would read my tweets later, I could go look up my history, which I'm not going to do right now, and I should be able to tell you what it is. So I think in order for us to get some consistency with this side, we need those andesite blocks. That's what we need. But I'm happy to recommend the desk. I've got a few issues with it. If you're over, it's made for someone who's 6 foot tall. If you're a little bit over 6 foot tall, like I am, you feel when you're standing up that it's just a little too low. Your monitors that you put on it will need to be ones that can raise up. When you're sitting down and you look forwards, they are at the right height in front of you. When you stand up, you're higher than that difference. So you need adjustable monitors that pop up and down. And this is all for ergonomics, you know. If you don't care about that stuff, then you're probably not too bothered by it. So what's it look like if we put that there, then go back by 3? What was the other thing I was going to say about it? When you crank it up, because it's a hand crank desk, it does wobble about a lot. Like, you can have a cup of tea on the desk and it'll be fine. I never do that though. Don't want to take the risk. It does wobble. If you've got anything fragile or sensitive on the desk, it's probably not so great. Who's taller, you or Mumbo, says D-Salad. I believe Mumbo is slightly taller than me. I am 6'3", I believe he's 6'4". Not much in it. Herc You Hungry says, how do I sub? Look for the sub button below the stream. It should be big and obvious, but because I don't watch a lot of Twitch myself, I never know. I feel like maybe this thing being more boxy would be better, and then the shape that you see, like, that the room can come from the blocks behind it. I'm going to change this again. We're going to push this all back by 1. And then it means we've got more of an open look. And does it actually then line up with that? It does. So that's the way we'll do it. We'll go for the boxed in look. Earl of Devonshire says 666 viewers. Jolkip will be happy. He loves that number. Can't get enough of it. Let's move that from there to there. Oh, I was trying to say earlier, we're listening to new Lord Leviticus record. I'm liking it. I feel like this record knows itself a bit better. Like, it's a very tamer, calmer record. It's a little bit tropical as well. The drums are a little bit tropical, I find, but I like it. I like it a lot. What blocks are those, says Prince Porky. Prince Porky, I'd love to tell you what blocks are those, but I don't know what blocks we're talking about. I mean, we got dirt on the ground, right, because this is modded. We got chisel. Chisel gives you tons of different textures for, you know, whatever block you put in it. Around the side here, we've got andesite. Again, that's a chiseled block. There we go. I think that all of that... Oh, I was going to say that it needs to be pushed back by 1, but that's actually too wide. It's all too wide around it. So that looks pretty good. Let's yank out the excavator and get rid of all of that dirt now. There we go. X, what are you working on, says Idaroff. We're working on the entrance to our farming area. Hopefully that's enough. Maybe the bit above us. I think we need to remove a lot of stuff from above us. I just had an idea. Now, leveling these things up can be a bit of a pain, but you want to do it for modifiers. So, it costs money to... Well, money. It costs materials to repair. That's fine. What if we could automatically make it level up? We could make a cobblestone generator or something along those lines. I think there's a way to do it in a row and just have the thing continuously mine the generator with another block. That's kind of a cool idea, I think. Maybe if we have time, we could experiment with that later on. Right, it's now nice and dark in here, which we don't really want. Hey X, what is the best way to get power in this mod pack, says IRM, and I really don't know, because I am not that far into it. I'm playing with a mindset of a limited knowledge of what you can do in the pack. So I just sort of think vanilla-ish and kind of, you know, take it one step at a time. Like, I have one power source sorted out to some extent. There's another one called RF in the pack, and that one I've got some very basic, you know, chop down trees, get some coal, and then put the coal in a generator type setup. Nothing big, large scale, just something basic to get going. Food power, says Earl of Devonshire. If you can generate, you probably can actually. There's probably different types of generators for different types of food. So I think we're going to copy those beams like we did before. That means we need some spruce. Hey X, you should rename your tools like excavator and pickaxe. It would be excellent. Oh, I love the puns there. Thank you for the message. Your name doesn't appear on chat. That's just a bug, unfortunately. There must be like something in common with all the names that don't appear. Like they have a certain number or letter in it, and it just gets it wrong. So what was I coming here for? Oh, I'm looking in the wrong place, to be fair. Oh, hi. What? Stone torches are a thing? No. Ah, I got the stone torches there. We should see a lot of spruce. Spruce bark, we're going to need that. And then spruce wood. Excellent, we got the two things that we need right there. That backpack can go... and we don't need the bucket of water either, actually. Tea Reminder X says Dizcam. Diz, I appreciate the tea reminder. It's probably a little too soon. We'll give it 5 minutes. But I want to see those tea reminders. Remember to use those emotes, because it will catch my eye a little better. And Papalanite tonight says, too much play, forgot tea. Yep, that's what happens. So every 3 blocks apart is where there is a beam. So that would mean 1, 2, 3 there. Right across the middle. 1, 2, 3, and then another one here. So we'd only have like a couple of support beams. Now what height are they at? They're the same as the entrance. So that's 1 block higher. Do I have an axe? I do. I have a diamond axe. Had to think about that. There we go. Lord Cloud says, "Hi Asuma, just joined. What are you up to?" Not so much, my friend. Not so much. Just working on the entrance to our farming area. And where's that other message I was going to read? Paplanite says, "I bet the tea is just getting colder and colder." Yes, it is. I mean, it wouldn't be getting warmer, would it? Like it'd be weird if it was getting warmer. Self-heating tea. That sounds amazing. What farms are you going to build? Says SPCSMRF. I think that's SP Smurf. We're going to be building a blaze farm, which we did in the last episode. Next episode will be finishing the blaze farm and starting work on a cow farm. So I get the XP from the blaze farm. From the cow farm, I'm going to get the leather that I need to make books, and that way I'll be able to enchant my armor and get some good armor the vanilla way. Right, these are stone torches. Put these in place. And actually, I reckon behind there this will go back, so there will be room for torches here as well. And now we don't need these ones. So it's nice and consistent at the moment, which is good. Connor MC says, "X, I thought all the hermits agreed on not having farms at Spawn Village." We did. It was machines more than farms. The problem I'm finding at the moment is I don't want to start my base because I'm not prepared to. I need to learn more about the mods. So I'm avoiding building anything big. I'm building like farms as spawners, so they don't exactly activate until you're using them. So it should be all right. It is a little bit cheeky, I know, but I'm not building anything big or intense. But I don't see how I'd play without you know, like getting myself going, because I've got quite an ambitious idea for a base, and I could easily mess it up by just not being prepared, you know. I've got to put a lot of thought into it. Let's go grab some andesite. Morgan Corn says, "Cheesecake reminder, Asuma." Thanks for the cheesecake, buddy. Everyone, cheesecake. Get your cheesecake ready. It's cheesecake time. Let's grab. Oh, that's cork. That won't. We're going to have to use some andesite out of here. Only need 1 block. And then we'll chisel that. For those of you that haven't seen chisel, you put your blocks into the chisel, and it gives you loads of different variants. The one that we want is right there. Oh, we got a shiny little crystal. There it goes. So, around the outside here, we want smooth stone. Oh, I should have picked up more andesite. And we also want some ores. I'm not going to go with these ones, though. No way, Jose. I think we're sort of ready to start digging it out and just carving some shapes and putting in the right materials. So, andesite was one of those. Let's grab half a stack. Stone, which we have a lot of there. Hardened stone. I think there was something else. Cracked cobble, was it? Cracked stone. So let's grab our chisel. And we got a resubscribe for 5 months in a row from Lenrock89. Thank you for resubscribing, buddy. Appreciate it. 8th Kingdom says, "Man, I might see if I can get the stuff to make some cheesecake tomorrow. I put the idea in your brain, haven't I?" Now you gotta have some. There we go, cracked stone. So those 4 blocks will make up the walls. And we just need to find a little bit of shape, really. In fact, this area here hasn't received much of that sort of treatment. So we'll do that right now. Also the dirt, I don't mind that being visible. Not at all. We should definitely have some gaps between these 2 areas. Let's get the excavator on the case. And then I'll have to do those ones by hand. Cam OJ says, X, you should use the elevator mod that Iskal's been using in his base. Now, it's not that simple though, is it? I can't just use it. You have to go down a rabbit tree of crafting, and I don't really have the know-how to do that, or probably the materials either. Right, all of this stuff here's got to go. Because it's ugly. It's ugly fugly. Okay, then this bit I want this to go way further back. Rock the Chocolate says, hey X, try to say Parad de Hebanese. No, I can't say that. No crafting saga says Rubicute. Do you really enjoy that? That was said as if you enjoyed the crafting sagas. Where we almost died of too much crafting. Oh, that's looking good. Now, for a second there I'm thinking, oh dear, plummeting to our death. Of course we don't die, because we won't die from full damage anymore. Which is nice. Let's just focus on the things we want to do, like building. And not being a derp, I guess. Connor MC says, give us a hint as to what your base will be like. Well, I haven't exactly kept it a secret. I'm going to be building with sandstone and Midori blocks in the desert. I want to build some sort of castle over there, but I don't know. Me and building, it's a bit of a sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So if I'm going to go and build a big base focused around this build theme, I need to have like a lot of stuff prepared so that when I start building, it's not just going to be a case of, you know, starting and then having to focus on other stuff for ages. I want it to just, you know, go all the way through from start to end. Does that even make sense? You know, like if you think about how I play vanilla, I'm constantly like shifting around and doing other things, and that's because my vision of my base has sort of been on a bit of a whim. Like one day something looks good, the next you're not so interested in it. Let's fill in this round here. And that's kind of the way that I play. So this time I want to play differently. I want to have a bigger vision of what I'm doing and sort of go through with it. And that's why I need some research and preparation time. Can you show Iskal's base later, says SPS Smurf. I will not show it because it's his base and there might be spoilers, things that he's been doing over there. So it wouldn't be particularly nice for me just to stroll on over and spoil that. New to Twitch, any tips, says Sabotage Lane. New to Twitch as a viewer, do you mean, or as a streamer? Could you use the magic bean, says Ask. That's my plan. We've got to go find a magic bean and use it later. Also, Mr. Creator there with a tea reminder. Jeez, I would have forgotten, man. The amount of teas that would have gone bone cold without you guys. It's criminal, I tell you. It's criminal. Let's have a sip then. It's been 23 minutes. Perfect time to start drinking. Zero Short says, I just got the video notification saying you're live on Twitch. Well, we've been streaming for 20 minutes. So something's messed up. I Love Cats says, X, will you collaborate with Iskal? You could get mod lessons from him. It doesn't work for me. My brain, like, I wasn't very good at school. Let me just drink this. Said it many times before. The way that I learn is by knowing what I need to do, right? So if you said, hey, I'm going to teach you about this mod, you know, it can do la 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 la. Because this is how I've been taught about stuff before. People have said, oh, X, you just got to use this mod. It's so convenient. It does da 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 da. If I don't understand, like, what's the point of something, then I can't learn it. Like, it doesn't fit into my head. My brain just doesn't assimilate the information. If I know what I want to do, like, let's say, you know, oh, I want to do this thing, and there's a mod for it, then I can learn that mod because I know how I'm going to use it. But if I don't know how I'm going to use it, it's like, I don't know, like the information just doesn't make sense to me. So when it comes to learning mods, unfortunately, I really have to like find my own way through it, where I have an idea, oh, I want to do this in the game, and then I've got to find the mods that will help me do it, and then I've got to learn how to use those mods. That way of learning, strangely enough, works. Having someone show me a mod doesn't. Like, it'll go in one ear and out the other, because I don't know what I'm going to do with that mod. So that's kind of my experience, and that's why I'm slow. That's why, you know, you might be thinking, oh, but you can just ask all these other amazing people who know the mods. I sort of can't really, because I don't want to take up their time with my, you know, inability to understand what's going on in this mod pack, you know. So that's why it takes me more time. That's why I'm being cautious and making sure I do things one step at a time. That's why I like to follow the vanilla tech tree a bit, because I'm very familiar with it and it makes more sense to me. Asuma, do you watch B-Double? Says Roy TG. Back in the day, I used to watch B-Double-O a lot, when Minecraft was full swing, so to speak. But not so much anymore. I watched a funny video of his the other day. Nice little sarcastic piece of humour about the nature of like advertisers and such. Let's get another wood log here. Booyah. This is, let's take a step, whoa, let's take a step back. It's looking good. It needs some of those ores in it. The ceiling never looked too great. That makes it look a little bit better. Let's plop one of those there. Aha, this wall has been neglected, hasn't it? It needs a few bits and bobs. Excellent. I think that's enough to get away with it. Maybe that one there as well. Papilla Knight says maybe something like in-game tea reminder. That'd be terrific. Yeah, when people say tea enough, it pops up in chat. There's Iskal. Hey, Iskal. Hello, Asuma. How's your day? It's going great. Thanks for asking. Thom Steenbergen says, Asuma, I really love the UHC series. Is it possible to live stream that? Please, please, please. We haven't live streamed a UHC, but it's something I've always wanted to do. I don't know. I honestly, I haven't really got an answer for you. It might happen one day, it might not. It's not something I'm going to push particularly. Let's put a bit of spruce in there as well. And then maybe a little bit down here. Ah! It's happened again! What are your favourite kinds of tea? Question from chat there. I have several flavours of tea that I like. Earl Grey I really like at the moment. Assam, English breakfast, Celion is it? I'm never sure if I pronounced that one correctly. Right, that is somewhat finished. I feel like maybe that block should be andesite. Yeah, that's kind of it. So let's go check the other side. Now we've got to put in some ores. So I did gold and yellowite on that side and some tin ones on that. We need something a little bit different from the both of those. Let's have a look in here. So we could put some copper in. That'll probably look... Maybe copper and boxolite together? What other colours do we have? Resonating ore. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. Copper, bauxite. I think I put an L in there when I said it. I don't know how I did that. X, tea with milk or without? Gpedia always had the tiniest amount of tea, but since I've switched to soy milk, I've been putting in more tea. I really like the soy flavour, it's very nice. So looking at this room, I feel like this spot here is taking up my attention. And it's saying, put things here. Looks good. And one there. And one there. And both of those will be copper. So there's a little deposit of that stuff over on that side. And then the next place, I think right here, where it's flat, we will have... Speaking of which, there's already some there. Can you believe that? Can you even believe it? Something like that. So there's two little deposits of it in here. That's really cool. I like that a lot. So this place has turned out pretty cool. We've got our little farming suite on this side. Then we've got our drop, our plummet to death on this side. Loot Ninja says, hey X, thanks for this stream entertainment. A quick question. Is the new vanilla snapshots, do you think it will be possible to chain observer blocks from spawn chunks to neighbouring chunks to force them to load along the side of spawn so they instant update? I have no idea. My first guess would be no, because of the observer block like reacts, you know, like it gives you a pulse. Chunk loading behaviour is usually involving hoppers or something that continuously activates, but I really don't know that technical sort of stuff, you know. I'm the kind of guy that listens to the community, or, you know, pays attention to those clever and technical people and then likes to do those sort of projects myself, but I don't really fully understand them. I just like to do that stuff, it's fun. Right, time to tidy up the inventory. Some of these are building blocks, that goes in a different place, but there isn't too much to clean up overall by the looks of it. Excellent, and now this inventory. See, this is something you've got to do when you play modded. You've got to keep on top of keeping this inventory nice and organised, otherwise you'll quickly be in a mess. All of that stuff will go into this chest over here, and then we get to free up our bag. Coolio, coolio. I'm going to drink tea and read chat. Let's have a look. Apparently we just hit 1,000 viewers. Thank you everyone for tuning in. It actually says, where I can see the viewers on my screen, it actually says hidden. I've never ever seen Twitch say that before. My viewers are hidden. You're all hiding under some sheets. I Love Cat says the geniuses like Nembomb and Ilmango. Yes, and before them, there's a whole string of people that used to do clever stuff. JL2579 is one of those names that you'll always remember, and Panda4994 as well. Panda probably the smartest Minecraft player ever. In fact, he wrote a mod that fixes all the redstone with no problems, and makes things consistent in all directions, and they won't put it into the game. Oh, poor Panda. Right, I'm having a sip. Having a sip. But how new or old you are to this game? I've been here for over 5 years, well over 5 years, 5.5 years, and there's always been a community just putting out things and developing and coming up with ideas and pushing the frontier and making things like maps and games for people to play. And along that journey, you know, some people, they drop off. They're here. I'll drop off one day, you know. You can't play the same thing forever. But it's still fun after 5 years. What's going on with that? But, right, I know what we're doing next. I'm getting caught up in my conversation. But yeah, it's just you'll see a lot of names come and go. Like Ilmango and Nembomb are certainly a couple of the smarties at the moment, but there were loads of smarties before them, and it's just amazing how like the game just attracts these really intelligent people, and they figure out all this clever stuff you can do in the game. That's what I find interesting. So we got a resubscribe for 9 months in a row from Udas saying, thanks for 9 months of lovely entertainment. No problem at all, buddy. Thank you for sticking around all this time. I hope you continue to enjoy the streams. I'll continue to do them, that's for sure. Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of continuing to do streams, I won't be streaming on Monday. There will be no Monday stream. No Monday StarCraft with Ren, unfortunately. That's just the way it's going to be. Sad face, I know. What are you doing, says Ulriki. Probably butchered your name. Pretty sure I butchered it. We're digging a tunnel that goes down. Ah, I remember. Oh, it broke. That's so very terrible and bad. Let's go fix it. Too dark X, says Macro Dreams. I was thinking that myself, mate, but I was also thinking, well, there's not too much to look at. We're just mining downwards. There we go. So what material do we need? It's bronze, right? I was under the impression these were copper, but that's just because my brain forgets so easily. Forgets stuff. Let's go repair them, because bronze is a little trickier to make than copper. X, what's that block, says I Love Cats. Hey, didn't I say earlier that's not very helpful, is it? Hey, what's that message in chat that you just wrote? Oh, you probably remember the last thing you wrote. I don't know, there's lots of blocks, man. Hey X, what's that pixel? Oh. Yes, right. We're down to the correct bit. Bam. So we're going to fill these walls up, and we're going to put a beanstalk in the middle. The beanstalk's going to look really out of place. I'll say that right now. And then it will come down to this little area, which is going to be a corridor for each of the farms. So we're going to reach in. Can I? Let's just grab some blazes. We got a lot. And as well as that, I'm also going to grab... Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that's what we need. Cocoon says, X, make a me system. I am just going to continue doing what I'm doing right now. How long will you be streaming? Please read, says Kolev. Probably for another hour at least. So there's a lot to see, a lot for us to do. I didn't really have too much of a plan beyond... like these first two things. We also came up with an idea for a auto mining, like doohickey, to level up your tools. I reckon that's going to be really good, that thing. Right, so now we've got two types of blaze lamps. That's why we did that. Now we've got to pick out some materials to build the walls out of. Right, so let's open up the chisel mod. Cascable says, X, what is a good mod pack for a player who's new to modded? Well, I'd aim for a smaller one, but here's the deal. If you don't... Cable. If you don't know modded, then in a way you can sort of load up any mod pack and go into it at your own pace. Like, play it as vanilla first, and then find little things to help you with your gameplay. But there are some mods out there that are steered more for... vanilla, but I find that lightweight packs sometimes are just like extensions of vanilla. Like, there might only be quark in there, and chisel, which is probably a good thing in a way, but then you'll find it can be, you know. To answer your question, I think you should pick a pack, play it, but don't feel pressured to use all the modded stuff. Just play vanilla, and then when you find something modded, you know, in a chest, read about it. See if it would, like, you know, fit itself into your gameplay. And if not, don't worry about it. So what material could we use going down there? What's this stuff? Hardened clay. We haven't found a mesa yet. Some of that looks cool. Q Switch says, assumably blazing. We got all the blaze rods. Switch says, X, do you know if quarries are in the pack? I'm pretty sure Skolder has one. They are. I personally not a fan of quarries. Don't feel like using one. I'm really not sure what to go with here. Nothing's screaming at me. What's this right here? Block of quartz. Okay. I actually feel like the metal textures would be really good, but I don't have a lot of metals that I can just throw at a build right now. That's regular stone. The machine blocks are pretty cool. Maybe a few machine blocks mixed with stone that's been chiseled. That could work. In fact, those machine blocks are probably a good way to go. Got the industrial ones. Is that what they're called? Oh, Tyrian, yeah. Wait, what did I call those? Machine? They're factory. There's an industrial one as well, I think. So yeah, right. Let's go with these ones. Factory blocks. Stone and iron. I'm actually running low on iron, aren't I? Let's go grab what iron we have. A whole stack. And chuck it into the thing at spawn. We got a donation here. Noise in the ear from Ponybutts. Saying it's not even 5 AM. I'm about to clock in at work. We'll continue to listen though. Also, if I remember after work, I got a thing to show you. Okay. That's awesome. Maybe I'll drop you a message. Pony, appreciate the donation as always. Hope you have a good day at work. And I look forward to seeing this thingy. I think I know what it is, though. I think it involves... Actually, I won't say. well, I will say. I think it involves me and a vinyl disc. But I could be completely wrong. I could be completely wrong. Pongo's Saints MC says, X, you should fix your pants before they break. Let's take them off. Also, tea reminder. Thank you. Let's drink more tea. I could do that all day. If I do that all day. Cedric22 has resubscribed for 17 months in a row. Thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate you. Crazy long time to stay stubbed. Thank you for doing so. Mmm. Oh, that's tasty tea. As Rendog would say, that is a tasty beverage. Oh yeah, I've got to get the iron as well. I was shot off without the iron. To be fair, we didn't need it straight away, but it's what we're doing. Let's plop in the next lot, and then let's get 3 of these going. I just had an idea, but no. Ponybutt says, also put pants back on. Jeez, don't be half naked. I'm half naked for the stream now. That's the way it's going to be. Iskau is having trouble with refined storage. I haven't used that stuff yet. I did want to use it at some point. Right, stone is the other thing that we need. Probably a lot of stone, actually, now I think about it. But here's one thing about these blocks. You don't really need a lot to make them. So 1, 2, like that. That's a stack. That's another stack. That's all we'll take for now. There's me getting worried about being low on 60, 45. That's more like it. There's me being worried about being low on iron. I've forgotten how cheap it is. Those blocks are very cheap. Right, so which of the factory blocks do we want to include? The fans would probably look great. There's some crazy stuff here. I think we're going to go with those ones. Fast and malfunctioning. Oh, I see. Look, they slow down. Let's go half and half on this stack. And just throw in the occasional malfunctioning one. That's a really cool little detail we can do. Right, so then when it comes to stone, we want something that looks quite clinical. Maybe stone wasn't the right texture. It's not quite as clean and crisp as I thought it could be. I think iron is the texture I really want. Oh, there's also factory blocks, but they're a little out of character for what we're doing. Nat says, do you like modded or vanilla Minecraft better? I like vanilla because the way that I play modded is like it with vanilla with more blocks, basically. There are things you encounter in modded that you just wish were in vanilla. Ah, factory blocks. Yes, we've got some of those. Maybe one of those textures. Nah, actually, do you know what? None of those textures really look like it. I really think we're going to have to go with stone. Unless we get like tons of iron blocks, I'm not really going to be able to do too much. So, to get to this area, what's nice and clean, slightly technical looking? I think we should go with something bordered like that. And then complement it with maybe that block actually. Let's try these two together with some factory blocks. Right, the malfunctioning one. The malfunctioning one is on that side. Oh yeah, and for a light source I was going to throw in one of these 2 blocks. I think the blaze lamp is all we'll get away with. But I could actually do something completely different from that. Let's start from the ground up. So this is where it's going to end. Ah, I thought that was a connected texture. Okay, we'll actually take that back then. So connected textures will, funny enough, connect, and I believe that is a big... Yep, look at that. That's what I was after. So this is how we're going to roll. We're going to have that, and then next time we will have this one. Sort of looks okay. And then that again. Right, but actually I think we want light sources in here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back 1 block. Oops. Hi. I'm going to put that there. And then same here. And then we are going to use the illumination ones. And it is going to put a little blob of light in the world. Like that. What do you peeps think? Give me some feedback in chat. Iskau has like 30,000 iron. You can ask him if he really wants, says Cooler Jaw. I kind of like to get to places like that myself, you know, like... It's alright borrowing stuff from other people, but it'll be easy to then start to rely on them. You know, then you start thinking, oh, I'm going to do this giant build with iron, and Iskau, can I use your iron again? It's, you know, like making your own farms is most of the fun in this pack. I reckon it should be this on one side and something different on the other 2. So, looks like a lot of people like it. Damagic Deuce says, it's okay, I guess. That's how I feel. It's okay. It's not a work of art. This is the thing with modded, is because there's so many blocks, you can put together things that feel a little bit more interesting because you don't see something like that very often. I guess we could, in theory, make it bigger. There's nothing stopping us from... In fact, I know a way we can make it much more interesting. So let's say we... Right, we're going to have to grab a tool here. Let's say we put it all back by 1 block further. So that goes back. So there's this. X, when are you going to build on the desert base? PS, love the stream, says SB Smurf. I answered this earlier, and I'm pretty sure you were here as well, weren't you? Unless you left for a little bit. Yeah, I've got to get familiar with the mods and know what I'm doing. I need to do more research and have a plan before I just rush into building over there. So here's what we're going to do. What's Iskal talking about? Oh, I think he's talking to Scouter. X, use the elevator instead of the beanstalks, says Tom. I answered this one earlier as well. The elevator involves a massive tech tree of stuff to craft. It's not like I just put in an elevator. It's like, oh, I spend many hours doing all this other stuff, so I'm not particularly interested in it. What we want is... Maybe factory block can help us out. We now want another texture that's going to go in here, and something industrial probably would look really good. But I don't want it to be too industrial. I want it to be something that's going to look nice against that stone. I feel like the plainer one might just be the better one here. Or something like that. That might just be the one. Let's have a look. Ooh, that's even nicer. Okay, so we have a pillar like this that goes all the way to the top, and then we offset our little design here back by 1 block. And I do feel like that smooth stone is probably too smooth, but we'll give it a try. So where does it start? That height? Like, I think that's going to look good actually. Now that it's put next to this gives it a little bit of grit. I like that a lot. I think those two work well together. Let's go up and dig down. That's faster. Hey X, have a look at travel anchor. It's a great way to get around your base. Just stand on one and look towards another. You can jump to it. There's many things like that in the pack, and it got me thinking. Again, this is why I don't want to rush into a base. That when you can fly, do you really need to build staircases to get between places? I've sort of been thinking along those lines, and I think the answer is you kind of do if you want your base to look good, because I think we're always, you know, as much as technology is going to... I'm trying to relate this to the real world for a second there, but I sort of realised I'm thinking like, you know, 1,000 years from now, flying through space, people can float around. Like, when we can do that, I imagine layouts will still conform to expectations a little bit. Like, there'll still be pathways and things that feel conventional, right? So when you design a base and you can fly around it, you're probably still going to put in walkways and such. So I wanted to think about that as well. I wanted to think about how we're going to do that differently. How are we going to make that interesting? Are we going to design it so there's walkways but we don't use them? There's always quick ways to fly about. There's so much to consider, really. We got a... Oh, I've been missing all the noises in my ear. We got a new subscriber with Grinning Tybo. Grinning, thank you for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate it. I've been forgetting to do this. Oh, it doesn't work anymore. I can't make myself do the thing. Oh no, that's terrible. That is terrible. Well, we got another new subscriber with Rending Dreams. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate the support. Welcome to the channel. Lindsay Stone is here with a donation saying Sky Factory is a good pack for modded noobs because of the achievement book. Oh, and hi Asuma. Hello, hi. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. I've never played Sky Factory myself, but yes, HQM mod packs. They have like a... Yeah, they have like a... Is it a HQM pack or is it an achievement-based one? Either way, some of these mod packs come with like a set of goals. You know, like they guide you through the mods and all things you can do. I've been meaning to do something like that for a long time, actually, to play a mod pack like that. But I never get around to it. I think maybe after this season of modded... You see, modded tends to come around a lot less frequently to vanilla. Vanilla's like an all-time thing with Hermitcraft, and then modded sort of comes and goes. So maybe in between this modded thing and the next, I'll play like Sky Factory or something. But we'll see how it goes. Right, we're going to do this all the way up to the top. It's starting to get a little bit dark now as well. You need to set controls, says Koala. I did set controls. Maybe they got reset or something because of the update. Hey, maybe everything here could be offset. Actually, let's put the next one back by one. Nah, you need to see it. It needs to be further forward. I kind of feel like all of them should be like that. Maybe what we do is have... Oh, I need a random block here. Maybe what we do is have 3... Oh, let's count them as well. Let's figure out how many we're working with in total. So... Let's chuck these in quickly, just so... Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. Don't you like it when it does that? Otherwise, I would have had to put some, like, border at the top. In fact... Do we have more of that wonderful block? Did we really use all of them? I think we really used all of them. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to pinch some of our malfunctioning. Why am I saying malfunctioning? Jeez. My brain's scrambled. Right, let's go this way around. I'll swap you for a second. So if that came across because, you know, we ran out of space, that would also look really good to prop up that bit. Anyway, we won't overthink this. We will take that back. I think that looks cool like that. Right, so now we're going to count all of the gaps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So 14 in total. Also, we got a donation here, Noise in the Ear from Dear Shemi saying, have a great weekend, X. Also, I've got to say, I love the Hermit Pack. I love it too, it's fantastic, right? Appreciate the donation, thank you. I'm going to have the best weekend that I can have. It's going to be a very busy weekend though, let's say that. Okay, so what if we went 2, light source, 2, light source, 2, light source, 2, light source, 2. That would actually work. I came up with a formula for doing this. So whenever you're like, you've got a number like 14 like we had, although actually I think it would work with 14, and then you want to create like a pattern, like you want 2 of those blocks and 3 of those, and then 2 of them and 3 of them. I figured out a way to add the numbers together. Like maybe it was something like, let's say you're doing 2 and 3, add them together, divide the number you've got by 5, and the remainder of that, because you divide it as a whole, the remainder of that, if it's a 2 or a 3, it means your pattern would fit. Something along those lines. I came up with a mathematical way of doing it, and now I've like completely forgotten it, because I've hardly ever had to use it, basically. But it was a cool little formula. It worked every time as well. Let's put a malfunctioning one here. I like that. Just one of them isn't going to work quite as good as the other. We need to call in the janitor, get some maintenance going on here. There's a broken fan. Need to fix it. And Pongo there, Pongo Saints, MC with another tea reminder. Thank you so much, my friend. I will definitely have some tea once we finish. This looks great. I just want to say it. This looks great. I'm stoked. This is a super cool way for our base to be entered, or at least this part of the base. And there we go. It's all illuminated. Very nice. We will do the other ones in a bit. I'm going to drink some tea. I'm going to read some chat. How about that? Make a mob charm such as a creeper, says Prasaf. I've been told that they stopped that particular mob, excuse me, from noticing you. What's this about contracts? I have no idea. You need to make a contract and right-click it on a villager. What are they doing? They're making contracts with villagers, peeps. They're up to something suspicious. Hecry Hungry says, sorry X, I can't subscribe at all. No problem at all, buddy. No problem. Don't feel sad about it. Just come here and enjoy the stream. That's all you got to do. Unable to find user says, hey X, hey, what's X doing at the moment? I am working on the entrance to the farming area of our base, basically. Kryptonite says, X, go check out Iskos' place for factory inspiration. Yeah, this is a very factory-driven base. I feel like, for me, personally, the factory, like, aesthetic is quite straightforward to build with. I have a lot of fun building with factory blocks, where I have done in the past. What I'm going to do this season is definitely going to challenge me. I like Iskal's base, but I said it to him. I'll say it to you guys. I'm not bad-mouthing his base or anything. I like the build, but I feel like he's put a very dark build in the middle of a very bright place, and it looks kind of out of place in the desert to me. But once you go inside, you're sort of fully immersed by the dark theme, and it's actually pretty cool. And we got a new subscriber with King Spy 1. King Spy, thank you for subscribing. I'm digging into your face, hope you don't mind. Appreciate the support, buddy. Thanks for joining us here. Bill Cooper Hicks in chat with some noises in ears. I'm assuming that's for the subscribe. Exilian says it's not factory, it's space thingy. Did I just say that? Probably. Probably right. Freddy Faz Gaming says hi, Asuma. Hi, Freddy Faz. Welcome to the stream. Papala Knight says block swapper. Oh, I know what you're getting at now. Yes and no. I know what you're getting at. If I'd have used it on this pillar, it would have probably replaced blocks further back as well, right? We need to go craft more of those blocks, actually. Replace one, says Hentonek. Our wand is good for now, actually, I think. What we do need to do is empty some inventory. So as always... Now, if I'd have had my 2 backpacks on me, these would have separated themselves. I'm seeing the use of that more and more, because when you come over here, you empty 1 backpack at a time, and then you're sort of set, right? Ah, look, we did actually have some more of those. Let's go grab our iron from up top. The Orangelo King is here, resubscribing for 14 months in a row. He says, "Boo, how's everyone doing today? Welcome back, Orangelo. I believe everyone's good. Everyone raise your hand if you're feeling good, just so Orangelo knows." Right, let's go and grab these blocks. That'll do. I'm doing good. You can fly, wow, says Aloba Sykes. Yep, welcome to Modded. Now, let's talk about Modded being overpowered. Personally, I feel like when something is overpowered in terms of building, I can't see how that could ever like really be overpowered. But then I've spent a lot of time seeing what people build in creative mode, and you realise that creative building will always be better to survival building, but the end result is that you look at something, right? And it feels like the challenge is in building something good, not the way you build it. That's kind of how I feel. Now, you might disagree, and you're welcome to. But what's overpowered in a mod pack, like being able to fly, isn't overpowered. If you want to play hardcore vanilla Minecraft where mobs are going to, you know, walk up on you and kill you all the time, like, you know, that's what vanilla's for. Modded is for expanding other parts of the game. One of those being building. You now have got a silly amount of blocks to build with. There's all kinds of tools to let you do more with your building. And so in those areas of the game, I don't think you really can be overpowered. But when it comes to some of the other stuff, I reckon there are things in the mod pack that are a little overpowered. So I've never liked universal exchange mods. One of the things that's fun about this game is making farms, collecting different resources, and, you know, having a challenge, like figuring out how you're going to go about collecting those things, you know, especially if you're going to farm them. You've got to do some designing and figuring out mechanics, and all of that stuff is really, really fun for me. Why did a load of those just pop back into my inventory then? That was kind of odd. In Modded, some stuff will, I believe, remove a lot of that. Like, there is a block that will, you know, farm everything in a 11 by 11 area around it. And some people like to automate that stuff, you know, that's the way they play. They want to do other things and not have to worry about farming crops. For me, I want a challenge to be there. I want to figure out a way I can automate this rather than have a block do it for me. So on that front, I feel like those things are overpowered in Modded, but I'm hoping we could all agree that building should never be overpowered. Building should be, how can you easily get what's in your head onto the screen? And anything that helps you do that is a good thing, I reckon. And that's why I think vanilla Minecraft needs an overhaul in terms of the amount of blocks you have to build with, the building palette, how your inventory is organized. Like, these things, there's so many things about vanilla and building that could be better. I really think that they should reevaluate that part of the game and empower the player a little bit more. So when you're in your survival world, building should never be a chore. It should be simple. We got a new subscriber with Joanne Pop 99. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate your support. Pongo Saints MC says, X, I'm pretty tired, so I'm going to leave you with a tea reminder. Thanks for tuning in, buddy, and I'll sip a bit of tea. Newticus goes Newt says, I agree, X. Awesome. And Randy Nicole, our moderator, says, I agree. Very good point. I'm glad you agree. I think quite a few people are going to agree with that one. JG424 says 1.12, the builders update. At this rate, I reckon it's going to be the 1.12 we've messed around with Redstone update again. Oh. I go back and forth between liking what Mojang do and not. I think Mojang should get rid of quasi connectivity because it feels like they're trying to change Redstone to make it consistent, yet do that while quasi connectivity is still in the game. It's like the whole redstoning situation. If you're a technical, let's say some of you watching will not be redstoners, will not be technical players, right? And if you're not, I think this point of view is really hard to appreciate. But there is a large group of people that come to the game for a particular reason, and that is for this kind of beat the game gameplay where we use what's in the game to farm things and do crazy stuff that's clearly beyond the scope of what was intended, but that stuff is extremely fun, and that community has constantly been under attack since day one. Like, it really is like an attack, because there will be bugs in the game that only are relevant to that community, that other people in the game, you know, have no business with, or probably even know really exist or do anything. And the people that like to play with those things, they constantly have them removed. And Redstone is constantly changed. And recently, the change that they've made to Redstone is again another really kind of like, okay, now you've just gone and rewritten the rules for a lot of contraptions again. In the last few updates, they've done it consecutively, where they've messed around with Redstone and then they've broken stuff. And it just means all these Redstoners, all these people that play the game in that particular way, just have their stuff broken. And I've seen a lot of people over time give up. Like, this might sound like, I know Nembomb will be watching. I don't know if Ilmango, I doubt Ilmango watches my streams. I don't think he watches any of my stuff. But like, I would not be surprised one day if I just saw them leave and they were like fed up, because all the things that they do in this game constantly get broken and rewritten. We're going to put in a broken fan. I've got a feeling it might be parallel with the other one. Ah, no, it's not. It's a little bit higher. So yeah, like that community constantly has what it's about, you know, messed with. And I think a really good example of why you shouldn't mess with communities is the PvP community got messed with in 1.9, and as a result a lot of servers still play in the previous update of the game because they don't like the changes. Jeb even said himself he's considered reverting the entire thing, which I really think he should, because the game went from being a spam click game to being a spam click game, except you're not spam clicking, you're just clicking like this. That's the big change. The way you use shields and stuff, not particularly interesting. I think I don't know, it's not a good update, was it? How did we get on this rant? How did I start ranting? I was going to say that I like sort of go back and forth between supporting Mojang and not. Like, I understand why they would want to get rid of something like quasi connectivity, but then they go and do stuff like, instead of, you know, making a proper decision about, right, we're going to go ahead and do this, they sort of flip-flop on how Redstone should behave and just mess with the people that enjoy that thing the most. It's ridiculous. D Salad says 1.13 changelog added more bugs. Yeah. Everyone's making jokes about it now. Just Luke says, oh, hi X, I'm watching from the Netherlands. Hello, buddy. D Salad, no, I am Das says 120 redstone completely removed. Arangelo says 1.15 torches turn off after 5 seconds. Yeah. Pratsy says 1.30 no more blocks. Jeez. Right. Where are we at? So now we've done 2 sides of this tunnel down. How about the 3rd and 4th sides are a different material? And I'm not going to go too far away from that. I'm literally thinking maybe cobblestone instead of stone, so it's not quite as smooth. At the bottom of those pillars, add another one of those pillar blocks so that you don't see that bottom part. I actually like that bottom part. He's on about this. I actually really like that. It will stay. X, what are you doing, says Vaspolo. Apparently I'm ranting about Mojang again. It happens a lot. I mean, you can't please everyone. That's the thing. Like, no matter what Mojang will do, some people will be happy about it. Some people won't. Not everyone will see eye to eye. And, I got a donation here, Noise in the Ear, which I missed 6 minutes ago from Nick Nasty. I was about to say Nasty Nick. He says, "Hi X, would you ever considering making a list of bands that you listen to? I love your music blogs." I actually have lists. I have ginormous lists. Like, I think they're like 700 bands long or something. Of bands that I get emailed when they release records, and like bands that I follow, so I get emailed when they tour. I don't know where I'd put that on the blog. It would take up a lot of space to list all the music that I like. I could let me just grab something quickly. Right, I don't want to get too distracted. Yeah, my archive has 1,800 bands in it, and that's the well. Let me give you the other figure as well. That's just bands that release their own records. Otherwise, it's 6,300 like unique artists. Anyway, right, I closed that now. I was looking in Winamp. We got a new subscriber here from Toby Tex. Hi Toby, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate the support. And let's oh, what are we doing? I'm completely losing track. Stone, you got me into a chatty mood. Oh, let's actually like get a lot of this cobblestone out of there. Excellent, and put it into the cobble only chest. Bang, 'cause that thing's getting filled up a bit. X, your pants is broken, says Luke Clevers. Oh no, they're right there. Don't worry about them. They are right there. I probably need more than one stack of this, don't I? So does it have an equivalent? I'm not actually seeing the same texture again here. Or is it that one? I think it might... Oh, it's even called Big Tile. Yeah, it's that one. It's National Cat Day today, by the way, says Arangelo King. I Love Cats will be happy, I think. I could be wrong about that. That is... what do you guys think? I'm going to put it down to you now. This is your short moment to spam chat. Do you want to see stone or cobble? Type a word in chat. Stone again, or we put cobble on this side. You're cool. Start spamming. Start typing right now. Put those words in. Stone or cobble, which one do you want? And now you got to stop. No more spam, because we don't want to drive the mods crazy here. They have a hard time with chat as it is. We don't want to make it worse for them. So, stone. Oh wow, stone. Very little for cobble. Thank you very much, everyone. That is, I'm going to say, a landslide for stone. It really is. So we will stick with stone. No cobble it is. And appreciate that, everyone. X, try to join Mojang, says Monk Chris. I'm too busy playing the game. They'll be like, X, we need you to... Well, they wouldn't put me on coding, would they? Jeez. X, we need you to code something. No, I want to play Minecraft. But that's what they need, actually. Like, I'm not putting myself forward, but they need a player of the game in their team, because they live streamed themselves playing the game, and it was painfully obvious that they don't get to play it enough. You know, like, there's all these things that, like, seasoned players and even new players know about when you play, like tips and tricks that you put up and building techniques, and you don't see them like using any of them when they play. It looks like they're playing, you know, for the first time. They should really employ someone, I reckon, to be like an advisor. And doesn't it just sound like such a great idea anyway? Like, if you, like, not even Minecraft, if you were creating a game, like, one of the best places to get advice and feedback about your game is from the people that play it. And having someone who's a part of the community and would perhaps take the time to research and play the game and, you know, help with the direction of the game, sounds like a great thing. I know who I'd put forward for that job. I know I'd put forward for it. I won't say it on stream, actually, but there is someone I'd really think that they should employ. Will Frick Wolfstand says, "Good day, X. It's my first stream watching you. Have come from the Cyberdog Nation. Well, welcome. Welcome over here to... We don't have like a crazy cool name like that. It's just... But welcome to this place, I guess." Thanks for coming and check out what we do. We got another new subscriber with Prince Porky, 1991. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate the support. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Having a good time. This is looking amazing. Right, the one behind me isn't going to have a broken one. We've got 3 broken ones. That's all we're going to have. I was going to put the rest of them in, but then I realised that there's... Oops. I haven't put in the stone yet either, have I? Hey X, this mine shaft is looking pretty sweet, says Scratchy UK. It's not a mine shaft, believe it or not. It is not a mine shaft. Lanky Pig says Tango Tech question mark. It's no one from Hermitcraft. It's just someone who knows the game inside out. Okay, now these ones need to be changed. The Factorio guys are really good at listening to their community, says Panax ACV. Yes, they are. Fun little story for you about Factorio. Man, I want to play that game again. I feel like, for me, my problem with playing that game is that the difficulty curve in terms of the logic that's like deeply embedded in the game, it kind of, like, when I start to get towards the real techie stuff later in the game, it kind of like gets a bit beyond me, and I do things in a simple way, and I feel like that's a little demotivating. But anyway, like, what's great about that game, I think, for me, is that I still read the changelogs even though I'm not playing it. And all I ever see when I see the changelogs are things that sound great, like... I'm not even playing the game, but I always have to check up on it, because I know that they're going to be adding cool things, and one day when I play it again, it's going to be like... Yeah, there's going to be all this more awesome stuff. I never, like, see any bizarre stuff that they do when they develop it. What's Factorio, says Short Zero. Factorio is a game about automation. You're on an alien planet, you have to create machines, and very quickly, like from the get-go, you automate the process of pulling the raw materials out of the ground and processing them. And when you start to do this, you use like conveyor belts to move items around. You start to craft and climb up a tech tree through creating your own automation systems. It's heavily inspired by modded Minecraft. We can use those blocks now. Let's put that back in there. And oh no, actually what I need is stone. And it's a terrific game, basically. Like, it's probably one of those games you'll figure out pretty quickly by looking at it if it's for you or not. If you're very smart and like logical, it'll probably be a kind of game for you as well. If you're a bit more casual, maybe not. But it's a really great game. There are 2 series of it on my channel if you want to check it out. The second series is far better because the game's further along and I know what I'm doing a little bit more. Even then, I'm not the sort of player like with Minecraft, you know, I know the game quite well. I think people watch me because I know what I'm doing. It's not like that with Factorio. I'm not that good at it, but I have fun with it anyway. You know, I wouldn't be a Factorio channel because the people that are Factorio channels are really good at the game. Braden Hogg says, automation games, yes. Joanne Pop says, I feel like Asuma should try Terra Firma Punk. Would be a fun challenge. What is Terra Firma Punk? I know what Terra Firma Craft is. Right, so now that we got that far down, I'm wondering how these next bits would look. What if we were to do this? That's sort of not the worst thing ever. And then again, it kind of is quite bad. I think that if we do that, and then maybe put one of those blaze lamps in. Ooh, a little bit on the bright side. Now that fits in better, but it's quite the contrast in material. But I think we'll go with that. Assume a craft double compressed Torturino. It allows you to speed up the tick rate to 400% OP much. Haha. That'll surely like mess with the server a little bit. I'm not really a fan of Torturino. It's convenient, but it's really not a balanced or safe mod. Apparently it causes servers a lot of issues. And what's weird about it is that it's OP, but then they've gone and like made it ridiculously OP in this next update. I mean, that's insane. Like that's beyond instant, and I feel like you should have to work for something that heavy. This is the whole OP thing in the pack again. Like if you really wanted to just crank on with the tech tree of the game, that's fine. Torturino is going to get you through it quickly, but then you'll have nothing left to do at the end. I kind of feel just looking at this that it wants to point. Like these blocks now want to go like that over to the next thing. Man, this looks really nice. I actually like that a lot. Those two, I think they go really well together in a strange way. Iskall is pretty much in love with Torturino, says Short Zero. I'm sure he is. Iskall, though, is a much more balanced modded player because he knows the mods really well. So for him, like something like that probably doesn't hinder his progression as much as I would look at it as doing, because I want to learn how to make those machines faster by working for something, because I don't know what else to do after them, right? Is what I'm getting at. So I reckon with this, what we now need is 2 textures, one on the ceiling and one on the floor. Oh, this is going to look good, I reckon. I like that. I like where this is going completely at the moment. So here's what we need. Let's get rid of those... Oh. Let's get rid of those torches, because our light sources will be elsewhere. In fact, we could probably have another light source right there. Actually, we need one at the end of the tunnel. Anyway, here's what we're going to do next. We're going to pick 2 materials, one for the floor and one for above. And the material that's on the floor, as of the material that's above, will go like down the side or up the side a little bit. I Love Cat says, this looks amazing. Awesome, glad you like it. Joe and Pop, they have a tea reminder. Thank you so much. Tons of tea reminders in chat. Jeez, you people are on top of it today. Cat Lover says, hello X, just joined. What are you up to? Drinking some tea, apparently. Delicious. Ali Wally says, agree, Torturino is OP, but I am working on bees and need loads of seeds, so I am allowing myself to use it to grow wheat. You could probably do wheat like I've done over here, my friends. This is why I would prefer stuff like this instead of Torturino. So, oh wait a minute, this uses Torturino. Oh dear. Oh, you shouldn't use Torturino. Come and see what Asuma's built. Oh, it's a Torturino farm, isn't it? Yeah, sorry, forgot about that. Hey, you could still leave that thing running without Torturino. It just wouldn't be anywhere near as good. I believe there are other things in the pack that could speed it up slower, like the worm, but yeah. Look at those derp faces in chat. I've been a derp again. Jeez. Mr. Woodsworth says, where do you host the modded server? If you go to vanilla or modded episodes description box, I'm pretty sure I chucked it in the modded episode description box. There'll be a link to a company called Cubed Host, who have hosted Hermitcraft since day one. Brilliant company, great customer service. I've actually been both a customer and a hermit with them, so I highly recommend. Yeah. Right, so let's chuck these things in there, and we need to find those 2 materials. We've actually got chisels selected on the side, so it needs to complement. I feel like we need dark on the bottom and light on the top, so something that complements the stone. Might be something similar, just pick andesite, you know, a slightly different tone of the same thing. And then what about basalt on the floor? Basalt might be a bit heavy. Or maybe one of these again, factory block. Arangelo says, how much dedicated WAM do you have? I think we've got 5 gigs on this server. Tyrion? Maybe that one. Actually, let's grab some of this, because this is a block that you always consider. Hey, look at the recipe for it. Hey, where's my iron at? Let's do a little run for some more iron as well, actually. I need to put Silk Touch on some tools at some point. Oscar says, got to go now, X. See ya. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Appreciate it. And it's Kosa HD says, just joined X, what are you making? Oh, I thought it was riding something, because it had blue boots. I thought it was riding a little blue creature or something. No, it's just its boots. That's the perspective there, being higher than it, it made it look odd. Right, is that the right way around? I think it is. Yes, it is. So let's take 2 of those and chisel this into what we believe might go at the bottom. Which one was it? I think it was that one. And maybe one of these other ones would then go at the top. Let's go down there and find out. Let's also put our digging backpack and mining backpack. We need to get used... Blah, 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 blah. We need to get used to doing that. Since we're now going to be digging. Boom! Oh, that's not my hammer. Hey, I am late. What has happened, says Bowie MTL. Everything I just flew past is what has happened. Right, let's go... Oh, we should use our builder's wand here. So now we can do that. That's really, I think, just the texture's a little bit plasticky, but I can't complain. I can't complain. I feel like that just, yeah, that just sort of goes next to it, and it's all good. So how about when it wraps up the side here? Will that also look good? Not the most impressive thing ever, but it really does just look alright. I think we'll go with that. Liam says, I was watching False's first ever Hermitcraft episode yesterday where you, Mumbo, False and Zul'jin pranked Hypno and DMAC. I cannot believe you swore. Did I swear in that episode? I mean, I've sworn before by accident in a video, or like it happens. But I don't remember doing that. By the way, when it comes to swearing and stuff, like, I don't believe in like censorship, but I believe in my own self-censorship. Like, I choose not to swear myself because I prefer talking like that. I don't feel a lot of gratification from swearing. There is like a thing that happens in your brain when you swear. You release, like, you know, chemicals, and your brain's sort of saying, you know, that was good or whatever, in a way. There is some of that, but personally I don't really feel that I want to like swear a lot when I talk. That's just my own choice. But I ain't got any problem with anyone else swearing. And also, because I don't believe in censorship, like, if someone else swears in my video and it's not really a thing I can remove, I'm just going to leave it there, you know? And generally I choose to record with people that don't swear in videos, you know? So, like, it's not really a problem that happens, but you might hear someone else swear in my video, or I might have slipped my tongue on occasion. I don't think it's the biggest deal in the world. Like, I don't think it's like, oh, you swore, oh my god. It's more like, hey, I'm just choosing not to swear, right? And if I do, it's not the end of the world. Unable to find user says, I never knew that you were so many Asuma fans that lived near me. Ah, you've been using the world map, I see. Bill Cooper Hicks says, when X dropped on those blazes, F-bombs were dropped. Were they? Were they? I can't really remember to what we're referring now. Possibly, I guess. X, apparently there's a study that said some people who swear more often tend to be smarter, says Just a Noob. That doesn't sound... I don't know. To me, that sounds a little bit... You swear more, you're smarter. It doesn't sound like a strong connection to me. It just sounds... I don't know. With research and numbers, you can make anything true. What's going on with those blocks? Right, now we've got to do the top side. Let's look at the same mods. There's something silvery, there's something lighter. That one right there, let's try that. These are a little bit plasticky, these textures. Now that, I was about to say, is pretty ugly, and I think actually it is pretty ugly because it just repeats the same block over and over. Again, sort of works, but actually it's pretty ugly. We got a donation here, noise in the ear, from Baker the Hacker saying "fack" in capital letters. Fack is not a swear word. It is not a swear word. But thanks for the donation, buddy. That made me giggle. That made me smile. Ponybutt says, I swear a lot and I'm an idiot. Proof! 100%, one person, you know, one person is this, therefore everyone is. No, it's not how it works. So we went with that one. Does it have like an opposing... Oh, wait. What about that blue? I was thinking maybe a hint of a different colour in here. Could be pretty cool. It probably won't go very well. Yeah, it's a nice texture, but it's not going to go well at all with that blaze lamp. So maybe we look for something a little bit more red or yellow. Wouldn't it be cool if there were more blaze texture blocks? Like you could chisel the blaze lamp. It's Kosa HD says, and you didn't answer me, what are you doing? This, just digging, just sorting out how all of this is going to look. What is the chisel mod called? It's called Chisel, man. Stunned? It's called Chisel, literally. Right, we got anything red? Well, we got redstone, 2 reds, reddy yellowish, that stuff, nickel. I probably don't have lots of nickel. And I'm thinking gold. Gold might look good. But which gold block? Oh, those gold as well. Let's go with gold, man. Let's go grab some gold. All right. Steve Asgardian says, can someone please tell me how do I make demon ingots from Extra Utilities 2? Demon ingots? I don't see an ingot. Demon ingot! Wow! Okay, so demon ingot. What is the recipe of a demon ingot? Oh, it's not sort of telling you, is it? Oh no, wait. No, we're looking at uses. What is the recipe? There is no recipe, apparently. So that's the recipe. How would you... I don't know. You probably have to look that up on the wiki, or maybe it's you can't craft it in the pack or something weird. Demon ingots, man. That's crazy. Right, let's grab all of this gold. Not the lapis. The lapis can stay. We need a crafting bench. There are ones in... They got things in them. We'll have that gold, though. Yeah, we don't really need this anymore, now that I think about it. Guess we'll swap it around like that. There is actually a quicker way to do this, but... Oh, we're not going to have enough for this. We are definitely not going to have enough for this, now that I think about it. Because although we got a lot of nuggets, they don't really add up to much, do they? In the grand scheme of things. So yeah, we're not even going to get a stack of gold blocks, which means we can't really do them. Now, I know some people are going to say you could use the bits and just put the face on the front of it, but... Can you make demon armor? Someone said. What is this? Sentient axe. I don't see any demon armor there. All we've typed in is demon, so I'm guessing not. Someone in chat is asking what music. We're listening to the new Lord of Leviticus record. Huh. Block of bronze? Bronze is pretty similar, is it not? How would we go about crafting a lot of that? How do I get... I had it up a second ago. How do I get... There we go. Chiseling. Recycler. No? So what's the default... It won't show me anything but chiseling. Right, this stuff right here, it is tin and copper. How much tin and copper we have? We might be able to get away with this. We got some copper. Do you know what? This is going to take a long time. Let's not mess around with this. Let's put something in temporarily that works. Okay? Because we're going down a rabbit hole now. That bronze is ugly, says AssumerFan007. It might be ugly, but I think it would really complement the colour that gives us. But maybe we shouldn't use that too much. Alright, so maybe we try something dark. Opening. What about this? If those join together, I think that would look good. On their own, not so keen. Maybe we try something different on each side. So, we've got silver. Let's try this one. That's kind of ugly. Not really a fan of that. That goes a little smoother. Iscal has a gold farm, says Mickey M03. Yeah, he might do, but I don't want to rely on other people's farms to build stuff, really. Or maybe what we should do, is this. Just continue with that, and then have that alongside. That's not so bad, is it? You could even put a light source in there if we needed it. Let's give that a try then. So if we put the fan block in there, do we have a downwards facing fan? We don't, but we do have like a port which kind of is a texture that looks like it works there. So then we will chuck that thing up there and get our illumination below it. And now this area is nicely lit. I think we'll go with that actually. I think that works far better than any of these other ideas. AssumerFan007 says, that looks good, X. Excellent. Are there Carpenter's blocks in this mod pack, says EWOUTDM. Unfortunately, Carpenter's is not in here. Believe it or not, playing without Carpenter's, it's a great mod, but the other ones, you know, they do a lot of work too, so you can still build really well without it. Oh, I also want to extend that by 1. Oh, and that probably also means I want to put those ones in, right? Wait. That's not what they are. That one right there. Roots is what it's called. Assumer, there is a painter block which can paint glowstone into any texture. Yes, I tried to use that one in the past and had a lot of trouble getting it to work actually. But that was in a different pack. X, you can go ahead and do something other than construction. I'm not rude, it's just a little boring. Well, it's just what my plan today was. I do have one other thing on the mind. So let's wrap this thing up actually, because this is as far as we go really with building today. Because we could try this other thing a little bit. Let's just leave that open for now. That's going to get closed off by that, isn't it? Okay, so fan block there. Go up by 1, put that thing in place, and lights. It has been illuminated. This looks great, this little room. X, what are you making, by the way, says Fabian Miserus. It's just walkways to the various places in the base. That's what we're doing. And you can hear some blazes dying behind that wall. The glorious sound of blaze death. Ollie says, hey X, what do you think about the second UHC on the Minecraft Marathon? I found it to be very unprofessional and unpleasant too, as they lagged out the server twice and made it that nobody can win UHC besides the person which is OP and has 300 HP. I haven't seen what they did, but I've noticed that I feel like the way they organise their UHC is the way they've always done it, because I don't think they use UHC blocks or turn down render distance or anything like that, so that's probably why there were performance issues. If you play UHC, what you want to do is definitely, without a doubt, use UHC blocks by Jerry Brano. It makes the setting it up and the running of it just so much easier. If you want to put a twist into it, there are things available to add a twist to it. And then you need to turn down your server distance to like 8 or 7 at least, because there are going to be lots of players spread out. And in order for the game to perform properly, you want to lower that draw distance so you can see... well, so you can't see as far, but then the server doesn't have to send as many chunks out to people. But I didn't see it. I don't know how they put a twist on it this time. TK Cali says, what are you doing? As I said a moment ago, we're just building. We're just doing some building here, man. Just filling in all of this. We're almost done with that, though. Let's go grab some stone. Oh, we were going to put a beanstalk in the middle of this. I probably won't bother now. It looks really good. The beanstalk will look out of place in there, I reckon. Do you like UHC, says RTO. Yes, I do like UHC. I play UHCs with the patrons and Twitch subscribers often. Play UHC with the Hermit guys every so often as well. We're due to do another UHC. It's just organising it is always a bit of a thing. Not as many people are interested in doing UHC, so it's better to like leave it a little bit in between so more people will be interested. Otherwise we'd be doing them every month, you know. Okay, let's put you there. And is that all 4 of them done? Almost. This thing just needs a couple more blocks. Right, so for the end of this stream, we're going to try something. And when I say end, like not right now. We're going to try something, and I'm going to need you guys to help me. And I need you to not go too crazy with suggestions. We only need the best suggestions. Suggestions that are realistic is what we need. So, I want to... Oh, I've already thought of a way to do it in my head. Brilliant. I want to... It just sort of like appeared to me in a vision. What I want to do is create something that's going to allow us to auto-mine with this, simply to level it up. Quickly, let's go and chuck our building blocks into the building block chest. These are all things for aesthetics, so they all belong in here. And then we need to unload our digging backpack. All of those things go into this one. And then we do the mining backpack. And we've only got one thing in there. What is it? It's tin ore. Away you go. Open up this thing. They go up there. That one goes there. Hammer in the slot there. And this is, for the most part, relatively well organised. Ha. And building blocks, you can have some torches, and this one can have that. Right. Organised. Here's my idea. We have a mechanical user to put our thing into, and it will automatically mine. Problem solved. But now we need something to also place the blocks. There is a block placer, and the mechanical user will also do the same thing. So let's type in placer and see if I remembered this correctly. Fluid placer, auto placer, block placer. So that is a relatively friendly thing to craft. This one is not because of those things. So there's the one from Silic. I think the mechanical user will probably be easier. In order to make more of those, we need that. So we don't have enough. Does this thing have a recipe? Oh, of course it does. We learned this. Yes. Okay, we will do it that way then. How could I forget? We now have lots of ender pearls and lots of those things. And I believe the tool is left in here. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay. So I was going to ask you guys for suggestions, but it looks like I've managed to figure it out myself again. Like a true derp. It's all in my head anyway. Nice, nice. We can make loads of them. Now we've got to make up some dispensers. So they require cobblestone and redstone. We've got one dispenser there. So I need one of those and 9 of them. So we need another 8. 1, 2, 3. We'll put those ones back in the chest. And we need to make 7 dispensers. We need string. And we need sticks. And you're watching me craft. It's a crafting saga. Sort of. Let's leave those blocks in there. Let's use this one. Just give me loads of sticks. So that goes in a straight line, doesn't it? And then that. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Excellent. And those things get to go away. Now, eventually I'll have a storage system where everything comes from one place, and then all of this stuff will be a lot easier. You can even craft out of those terminals as well, which is really cool. Let's just grab like that much, and then some redstone. Is that enough? It's enough for 7. I didn't need multiple stacks, did I? Ah, but what I will need is a lot of cobblestone in a bit. Until I have a cobblestone generator, this isn't really going to work. Oh no, wait! The blocks would drop. My brain is ticking over. The blocks that we would mine would also drop, right? So where are we going to do this as well? Now that I've got that far, I need levers. How have I got 8? It's because I crafted 7. Oh yeah, we do need 8. Right, yeah. Yeah. Where are my levers at? Apologies if I'm not paying as much attention to chat right now. I am just a little bit absorbed in what we're doing. Okay, there we go. We've got 8 of those. I'm actually remembering the crafting recipe. Oh, I already had cobble in my inventory. Okay, that is everything we need to make the mechanical user. Sweet. And now... Right, now these things don't need power, but we will need a way to put the items back into those. So it's probably going to be a case of some hopper ducts and a vacuum hopper, which is kind of cheap to make. Where are we going to set this thing up? I I don't really have a lot of room or a testing area, do I? But this space down here might just do. So we have 3 of these pointing forwards. Now these will place blocks that we put into them if we set them up correctly. So they will all activate without anything. We're going to place block by right-clicking, and we'll put that in upper left. Okay, that one is successfully. So let's read its properties. Place, right, and upper. Place, right, upper. So just click that one, then that one on all of them. So this is now going to always place blocks for us in the right configuration for mining it with a hammer. That's terrific. Okay, let's give this one cobble and then take some of that cobble because we want to place the other one facing this way. Now this is the one that's going to mine. Okay, so we're going to put our hammer in it and it's going to earn XP. This is why we're doing this. It's going to get our modifiers for us. We will top left, left click. Oh, it's going already. Use item. Actually, I'm really not sure. I think the generic click. Okay, now is it earning XP? It is. It's earning XP. So now what we've got to do is pick up all of the items that it mines and send them back into the blocks at the back, right? So we're going to need a lot of cobble to fill it all up, but shouldn't be a problem. So hopper ducts are probably going to be our best bet, and a vacuum hopper. So we've got a few of those. Vacuum chest even. I didn't know I had some pre-crafted. Amazing. That is saving me some time. I crafted one the other day and I forgot that I'd done that. Okay, so now we're going to put this thing up the top there, and it should pick everything up if we increase its range, or actually in this case decrease it a little bit. Okay, so that's going to pick up all the stuff around it. It's going to pick up the cobble, which it is doing. I don't think it will use hopper ducts because we need Ender IO pipes. So let's go grab some of those Ender IO pipes. And there they are, those. Right, what is the recipe? We need more than 10? Are those the same? I think it's a pulsating iron nugget. What's that one then? Vibrant alloy nugget. And some of those. This is cool, man. I think this is going to work. We're going to make a leveling up machine for our hammer. How cool is that? Excellent. Right, chuck that thing back in there since it is for Ender IO. This is very cool. Also, now that I think about it, the hopper duct wouldn't actually do what I want because it's a chain to one place. So I was thinking like a stack of hoppers do, but what we can do is simply hook this up. No need for a filter, we'll simply fill this thing to the brim with the stuff, and then that will go there. So it connects at 2 points there, that's not an issue. This is only ever going to take out... Right, yeah, that needs to be in extract mode, and it needs to be active without a signal. Now we've got to configure each one of these panels to be on insert mode. So just got to click 9 times, that means cobblestone can be inserted. It looks like already it started putting it in. Hi. Let's try and click on that one, insert. Also, the shape of these pipes mean that you can get to them like so. This is awesome. This idea, as I've started working on it, has just formed quite quickly. Okay, so why is it not doing anything now? Is this thing broken? Right, it's because we don't have a block on the one that it wants to mine in front of it. For now, we'll be cheeky and do that. What we're going to do, though, is go back here. Put away some of these valuables and just maximize the space in our inventory for a moment. There we go, and now we're going to fill up the system with cobble. Right, I'm looking at chat. If you got any question, X you derps, you need round robin activated, says Crazy About Maths. I don't think that's a derp. I think I know exactly what I'm doing. Okay, because we're filling all of this up with cobble, so the system should always be relatively full and therefore find the empty places to put it. So that thing can keep going. It looks like each trip will fill up one of those things. Now some blocks of cobble are outside the range here. I'm wondering if that's from before, or if that's always going to be a problem. It looks like they fly all over the place, to be fair. And then they get picked up. Yeah, they are actually going all over the place, aren't they? So this idea needs some refinement for sure. Let's increase the range a little bit. Wow, it's causing some lag as well, I've just realised. Maybe this did need a little bit more of an idea to it. Now, it'll do upper only, left only, so maybe these should have just been filler blocks, like we rename something and it just fills the space. But then if ever the top one runs out, it'll be a bit of a problem. But the idea is, if the system is full, it's always going to have somewhere to put these things, right? So let's put in... Now, where are they going? Because most of these are full at this point. Well, that one's not, is it? Okay, they're all full at the top. That makes sense. This is full, full. That one's not. Full and... Right, so now in theory they should stay full as long as that manages to pick up all the blocks. Okay, so let's chuck in that much. Interesting where it takes the items from. It should sort of stay relatively around that. In the meantime, this thing is slowly being leveled up. How cool is that? Encase it in glass, says Cyberdice. This thing will need its own little room somewhere, basically. Our little leveling up machine. It's seriously cool, though. Yeah, you can. When you watch the items, you can see it struggling to work properly. That's so cool. Right, I'm going to take that out. Actually, I don't want to do that. I want to... Oh, no. Generic click. We're going to turn it off by doing that. Redstone on. So now it's off. Okay, now there's no more lag. Let's get rid of that. That was cool, right? We came up with another little contraption there. I'm really pleased with that. We had a new subscriber while we're working on that. Stimmy has subscribed. Thanks for subscribing. Appreciate the support. Hope you're enjoying the stream and what we do there. Let's check the blocks. So it looks like it's lost a few, but in general that idea is pretty good. So maybe it could be made a little bit more efficient if we put in some filters and did some other stuff. I Love Cats has put a Torturino. You can speed it up with a Torturino. I'm not too keen on using that to speed it up, but good idea. Would it actually speed it up, the hammer bit? Butter Live Habus says, but the hammer will break. And then we'll repair it when it's broken. We want to do this so we can get modifiers. We've only got 3. If we level it up, we get more modifiers. So we'll just keep that thing going. Monk Chris says, if there's someone who has to join Mojang, he has to know the game inside out. Someone who has good opinions about the game, he has to know what he's talking about. It's Asuma. No, it's not me. I am not the person to go to Mojang. I was thinking of someone else who knows their game on the code level. You know, like I don't know the game on the code level. I'm not the person to work for Mojang. I'm too busy doing YouTube, man. Amiga Monkey Real says, assume if you stick a transfer node liquids onto a smeltery drain, it can automatically turn the ores into ingots blocks. Yes, I'm aware of that. I just do it this way at the moment. That's a very good point, actually. I've used transfer nodes before. It'd be easy to add and swap over. Anyway, peeps, that is it from me. Thank you for watching this stream. We're going to end it here. I hope you've enjoyed it. The replay will be uploaded to the second channel if you want to catch all the stuff that you missed. And that's going to be it. So, huge thank you to all the people that subscribed, resubscribed, donated. Appreciate you all. Thank you to everyone in chat as well. Thanks for coming by and hanging out and chatting. And if you didn't chat, if you just watched, thanks for watching. Appreciate ya. Let's see if we can do a raid. Usually at this time of day no one's streaming, but we will check. We will do a check anyway. And no one is streaming, so that's it. No raid today, peeps. In case you wanted to know, there'll be an episode of Modded tomorrow, and today there is the Vanilla Packs update video coming out on the channel, so that's the current schedule. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy those videos. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.